One thing, Juan, is I realized as I was sort of preparing for doing this interview with you that I've heard general things over time as we've gotten to know each other and as you've shared at trainings. But I haven't heard, more of your story of how you came to accelerated evolution and what it's done for you. And I'd love if you could share maybe like a 5-minute version of your story of what brought you to going into this deeper consciousness work and what it's done for your life.
Okay, so thank you. First, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, 5 minutes. I'll give it a try, 5 or 4.
Ish.
So first, I grew up in Colombia. My dad was loving as he could be, but he just didn't know how to express it. He was disciplinarian. So I grew up in an environment where I was studying. So that's what I did. I was very obedient. Went to medical school, and in the capital of Colombia, by the way. And one of the things that happened there, you have to, after you're done with medical school, you have to go someplace to serve the country for a year. It's a year of country service. And I chose the Amazon. I think that was my first act of rebellion against the system. So I went out to the Amazon. It was amazing to have that experience of working for people. It was really true. Did you think about a young kid excited about serving? That's what happened. What happened then, interestingly enough, talk about shifts in life, is that I met my wife, my former wife now, and after 2 years of having fun in the Amazon, which is where I train, where I practice, I ended up coming to the United States to train, further training. So what I learned from the Amazon, one of the many things, was my passion for infectious diseases. As you can imagine, there's plenty of malaria, diarrhea, all kinds of fun things. So when I moved here in the 90s, HIV was brewing. So we saw people dying and now recovering as the medicines kick in. So it was an incredible experience for me being able to work at training in New York now. So from the Amazons to New York. And again, it was fun. It's infectious diseases. It's all about detective work. We figure out what's wrong. We do more. And so something that I started to learn about myself was the fact that I love to look for details. What's missing? What's wrong? What else is happening? And as I was helping all these people, and then eventually went into my private practice here in New Jersey, joined a successful group. As I was seeing people, patients, one after another, I always recognized that there was more. Some of them kept coming for the same reasons, and I could always sense their mood. I was always touched, even though I was training to, what's wrong? Let me do something, fix it, allopathic, right? What's wrong? Do something. And so I could always feel there was more. There was more to do. And that's what I will ask. I always ask, what else is happening? And that led to that other emotional component, of disease. And actually, believe it or not, I knew I didn't want to be a psychiatrist or psychologist. That's another way of approaching disease, mental illness, amazing. But it just took too long, and it was tedious in a way. And I came across Tony Robbins. And if you've seen Tony Robbins, the guy is like, how could we lead to change in that? Bam! I was sold by that. And I really started training with the guy and his methods. And he was pretty good, but I recognized that I wasn't ready for all those great things. I learned them. I applied a whole bunch of things in my practice, but I wasn't ready. And so my relationship was also challenged, both personal level and with my partners, due to many other reasons. But essentially, one of those extra trainings after Tony Robbins, that's when I met Satyen Raya. And I always remember one of the things that impacted me the most was the presence that this guy had when he walked into the room. And then the contact, this deep, powerful contact. And when he talked about what he did and how he did it, I just knew I had to learn this, And that's what started my quest, with Accelerated Evolution, is the fact that fast, remember, I love fast, I love quick. That's what infectious diseases is. I find what's wrong quickly, and I always joke, I save your life or you're dead, but it's quick. I don't have to deal with like many other specialties, keep coming month after month to deal with your whatever. This is quick in what I do. So in terms of emotional part of it, this was quick. And so, gosh, there's a method where I could find out what's wrong and then dive deep into that and bring incredible relief. So that's what really, that's the point that got me. And it was exciting, and I've spent many, many years having fun with doing this. And the kick of it now is that it's not just dealing with problems. Now I can also expand on goals, and I could also work on the spiritual part of existence, which for me has been great. And so obviously you think that this was just only service. Smart people said, whenever you're looking so much to serve is because you need to be served, you need to be helped. So throughout all this path, I'm the one that's been learning a lot as well. I've been getting a kick out of every time that I receive a process or I run a process or I teach what I learn. I always make another distinction, something else that has been fun. So if anything, in the past few years that I've been playing with Accelerate Evolution, it's just a learning. It's taken me a long time to unlearn some of my old habits. Remember, my reason for that is I grew up in a very strict environment as a kid, and then medicine by itself has some strict boundaries and how you should approach things. So breaking through all this stuff and I'm playing with all of it now is what makes it all fun. And that's kind of where I am. I used to be in a very busy practice. I always joke about 60 patients at least a day on average, 40 to 60, and now I see about 15, 20 patients a day and have fun doing it. And now I have plenty more time to do other things like learning about different things, spending time with friends, and growing and relaxing and helping other people at a deeper and deeper level, which is the fun part. So that's kind of how I've progressed in a nutshell.
Well, that's beautiful, Juan. And what I love about the way that you're sharing and just your energy now is in the past few years that I've known you, what I observe is as you've grown in this work, you've become more and more relaxed and sort of in the flow, while at the same time deepening your ability to serve people and actually improve your ability to serve people, improving at the same time. So that's what I think is so powerful about this work. And you're an example of that, relaxing, being more yourself, being more at ease, and being even more effective in what you do because of that contact that you're able to offer. Like just when you were sharing there, in the middle of your share, you touched on, you met Satyan and you felt that contact that you could just feel and that presence. And I felt it right when you said it. I felt like I dropped even more into contact. As a doctor, as a professional, just as a person in life with your relationships, can you share a little bit about what contact means for you and why it's important to develop and deepen our ability to have contact and be present with people?
Yeah. Well, we're relational beings, right? We need to connect, and unfortunately, I believe we've lost that. We've really learned how to isolate ourselves, to put layers around ourselves, to make it really difficult to connect with anybody. So the only way we hardly learn how to connect with somebody is through language. And we hardly even look at anybody's eyes anymore. So we hardly use language, meaning we hardly even pay attention to people. We hardly listen, and that makes it quite challenging. So most people feel unheard, most people feel like they're isolated. Most people feel misunderstood. And that's mostly because unknowing to them or to us, that was me, we close ourselves with all these layers. So the power of contact is just precisely recognizing that the connection with somebody else It's not just words. It's not even only the eyes. The eyes are important, right? The difference between watching, looking at somebody versus just gazing, relaxing, and opening, right? That's an example. But also opening up even further, open up all your defenses, relaxing your body, So when you can do that, then you can invite the other person that's so close, and inevitably you kind of literally break through all those barriers or those walls, because we're all energetic beings, right? In essence. So when we can, by relaxing ourselves, moving out of that notion that it's only words and it should be in this way and that way, and just be open, loving beings, accepting others. And we have this saying, as in our work, as accepting others as conscious beings with choice, right? So whatever they are, whatever they're doing, whatever it is that's happening in your life, it doesn't matter. You're just another being, just like I am, And as such, we can connect even without saying a word. So the power that has is just so amazing, because it just breaks through all these all these walls, all these barriers, and inevitably people feel. You can tell when somebody has that presence walks into the room. You can tell when somebody speaks, because you get attracted by that, even though you may not be hearing what the person is saying. You just feel the connection, right? So I think that's the beauty of it. When, as a human being, we can just relax, all those things that you just mentioned, relax, breathe deep, which most of us don't even do, quiet our mind, just be present, look at somebody else's, even if you don't look at them with your eyes, you could just feel into your heart and then feel into that person's heart, right? Then you create this incredible connection. And that's so powerful, because, that's what we all want. We all want to connect. We all want to be, we all want to be loved. We all want to go back to basis, which is we're all one in essence, right? So those are some of the thoughts that come right now. And in terms of healing, by the way, it's really amazing, because a lot of people, when they come to me, and I could tell you this just in my experience, they come to me like all tense, and this is going on. And as I'm playfully and openly and relaxed, connect with them, they start relaxing and they open, and then they just feel better, because they let go all these rules and things that make them sick. To be ill, you need to believe a whole bunch of things that keep you like this. So the moment you can start relaxing and seeing the possibility that you might not be fully ill, that this ease is that, right? Some uneasiness, that starts the path, I think. That starts the path to healing in my world too. And this is just at a physical level. Imagine the other elements.
Yeah, and I feel so grateful that there are doctors like you in the world embodying, this this way of being. I know that when I walk into any doctor's office or any health provider, and I feel like they really sit down and they have that presence and that contact with me, and I can feel that they truly care, and I'm not just another patient that they're rushing through in the day, I feel an immense amount of gratitude. And so it's so cool to hear you sharing about the way that you are with your patients. I think it's really important and really valuable. So thanks for doing all your work and for providing that for people.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you got value out of this video, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel, and make sure you click the bell so that you get notifications for the next videos that we put out. We've got a lot of amazing content, videos, and interviews coming up. So you'll definitely want to get the notifications, because we're interviewing some amazing people. We've got a lot of cool things happening. So you're going to want to make sure you get those notifications. And then you can also follow Embody the Practice on Facebook and Instagram. You can also go to my website, embodythepractice.com. You can contact me. You can learn more about the coaching that I offer and learn more about how we can support you to live a greater life of strength, health, and happiness in all areas of your life. So I look forward to connecting with you more, and until next time, stay strong, stay resilient, and stay healthy out there.